Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Cat Lady podcast. I'm Andrea, the Cat Lady. That's two T's, TheCattlady. Welcome any new viewers, and of course thank you and welcome to my returning viewers. Once again, I'm doing another no notes episode today, so I know I'm going to forget everything and it's going to be all over the place. And I'm kind of in a time crunch, so hopefully I don't have to just stop and go. I already went grocery shopping this morning, and then my dad stopped by for a minute, so I'm kind of thrown off a little bit, and then I gotta pick up the kids from school. It's Monday, July 13th, 2015. Finally, summer is hit Michigan. It's kind of stuffy in here, actually. Probably turn the air down. But it's warm outside. We had a nice weekend. We went to my grandmother's birthday party on Saturday, so that was nice. It was kind of a last minute, kind of crept up last minute. My uncle had called on Friday. Was it Friday or Thursday? Thursday or Friday? No, I think it was Friday. And asked if we were free to come by, so we and I had a nice lunch over there. That took up most of our Saturday, really. We did some landscaping in the morning. My kids are finally getting a little bit old enough where they can help to do things. They're 3 and 5. So I trimmed up one of the trees in front because it was pretty much like hitting the neighbor in the face when they tried to mow their lawn. So took care of some of the trimming. I didn't finish, but I got that tree trimmed because I felt really bad. But I had the kids pick up all the branches and bring them over to the garage, so that was really cool. Cause it's nice to actually have them start helping out around here a little bit. We gave them each $1 to do that. So, and actually we've been working on chores kind of with the kids the last month or so. So Emily finally she made $6 total. She'd been vacuuming with one of those little Swiffer vacs. She unloaded the dishwasher with me. And she cleaned the toilet with me once, which I had already cleaned it first. So I really didn't want her scrubbing around in a dirty toilet. What else? I think those were the major things. And then these branches. So she would get $1 or 50 cents, depending on how long it took. So she went out and bought herself another Beanie Boo. She's up to like 15 now. I don't know. I've lost count. And David's got 450, so he's slowly working his way up. So that was a big one for me yesterday, because that's like my least favorite part. I trimmed the branches and then I gotta lug them all over. So yeah, they did that. So then we went to the luncheon, and then we just kind of chilled out at home the rest of the day. And then Sunday we packed everyone up and went to Grand Rapids, which it's about a 2-hour drive from where we are. We're more, let's see, I'm horrible at geography, but we're looking at Michigan. It's gonna be this way to you, I think. I don't know. It's probably gonna be the other way. We're about here. Grand Rapids is over here, so sorry if that's gonna be backwards. I don't know this whole forward-facing camera thing. But anyways, it's a 2-hour drive. We love to get hot dogs. I think I've mentioned them before. Yesterdog. It's our favorite hot dog place. So we drove up there and got our hot dogs. And then we went over to the Grand Rapids Children's Museum, which we'd never done before. So we spent a couple hours there, and then we drove back. And it was fun. We were home by, 4 o'clock. So kids got to play outside. Pulled out one of the inflatable pools and got to burn off some more energy after being stuck in the car for a couple hours. And yeah, it was a nice weekend. The weather was nice, and everything went pretty well. Kids were pretty good, well behaved. So I was pretty happy with the weekend. So it was needed. We've had a lot of busy weekends, a lot of Emily meltdowns, it seems, the last couple months. So not that we didn't have any Emily meltdowns, but or David meltdowns, but they were minimal and manageable. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Throughout the rest of the week, there wasn't much going on. I did a video night chat on Tuesday, and then I hosted my first VKN. Kind of my second. I did a spur-of-the-moment one a few months ago, but this was my first, announced, scheduled VKN. So So it was fun. We had a decent amount of people. I stayed up later than I'm an early sleeper. We go to bed between like 9 and 10. Sometimes I'll stay up till 10:30, laying in bed, knitting or whatever. So I was up till midnight. So I was like, oh, I'm just exhausted. But that's okay. It was fun. We had a lot of the regulars. There's a kind of a regular group that does these video chats. But everyone's welcome. We're friendly. We're nice. We won't bite. So yeah, that was fun. So I'm thinking maybe doing bi-weekly, or whatever, every other week. Do a Friday night if you can. So I'll keep that link in the Ravelry group updated, which I did not mention any of my links or whatever. I'm the Cat Lady on Instagram. There's the Cat Lady podcast Facebook group. There's a Ravelry group, and of course you can subscribe on YouTube. And I'm Crafty Cat Lady on YouTube. The Cat Lady was taken, so... And I don't think I can change my... I can't change my name unless I want to change my whole Gmail address, which I kind of don't want to. I should have had it the Cat Lady podcast, because I doubt that was taken, but... Crafty Cat Lady, that's fine. 2 T's, so CRAFTY CATTLADY. At gmail.com is my email address. And the YouTube page. All the show notes, anything I talk about, if I make notes, which I didn't today, so it's going to be harder for me to write my show notes, but I'll get them up there, is thecatlady.blogspot.com. So that's where I'm floating around. Instagram's kind of my biggest crutch. I'm always on Instagram. I like taking pictures. I do photography, hobby. So as a hobby, and I have a degree in it actually, but it was a long time ago, and you know, I think a lot of things have changed. But I like to dabble with my camera, and I take a lot of pictures of my family and my knitted stuff. So Instagram's kind of a favorite. I like to take pictures of everything. So yeah, follow me on Instagram and see what I'm up to. And yeah, so a lot of you that do follow me on Instagram, I've seen a few of the odds and ends I've been doing. It's currently Tour de Fleece if you're a spinner, which follows the Tour de France, which I just got into spinning. It's only been a few weeks, and it just so happened that this Tour de Fleece started popping around. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And basically you just set your own goal, spinning goal. So some people say I'm going to spin for such and such time, or I'm going to spin such and such amounts. My goal is just to spin something every day. So, because I don't have a ton of time, and, you know, I'm doing other crafty things too. So my only goal is to really just sit down and spin something. And it doesn't matter what, on the wheel, on the spindle, drop spindle, either or. So I've been doing that, and I've been posting all my progress on Instagram, so, which then goes to my Facebook page. So, you know, if you only have one or the other, you can go to Facebook and see my Instagram feed, or you can go to Instagram and see it there. So, and Twitter, it goes to Twitter too. So Instagram just kind of goes everywhere, because who has time to post on all of them, you know? So it's like, when I do my show notes and I update my episodes, I post that directly on Facebook, and then I post it separately on Instagram, which then goes to Facebook and Twitter. But other than that, you know, Instagram's just so easy. It's just so quick and simple. You know, I don't like drawn out posts and stuff. I just want something simple. So there you have. But not everyone has everything. So, you know, just spread it out. So I mean, I get a few retweets and likes on Twitter, so, you know, to people that probably hadn't heard of me anywhere else or something, so it works. Come join the Ravelry group, too. That's where everything goes. As far as I have a craft along going on right now for the summer, so pretty much it's turned into whatever you make this summer, just post your finished object in there, and you'll be entered to win a prize. So there's a project bag that I made, and then I've got everything in a bag right now. I think I can take it out. Maybe I'll pop up a nice picture so you can see everything when I'm done. So I got a bow and some stitch markers in there. A little hair clip. So, and then this from Chasing Acorns at Etsy. A real nice orange summer popsicles in orange. Cashmere nylon merino blend. So that's what the prize is for that. So, finished objects this week. I have quite a few, actually. There's some big bag of stuff. So, my first set of finished objects are Oh, which reminds me, I gotta go to the post office today. Anyways, I finished a bunch of bags. So here's one. And this one's going to be mailed off to the Never Cast Off podcast. They approached me asking if I'd donate a bag for one of their giveaways. So if you want to win this bag, you can check out the Never Cast Off podcast and see what they're up to and a giveaway. I think it's Christmas, like Christmas presents, like start knitting and crafting Christmas things, or Christmas things, not necessarily gifts. That's what their giveaway is. I think that was what it was, which, because I have something I can, if I pull out my K-Cup calendar idea that I've been saving K-Cups for, I'm going to, if I finish those by the end of August, I will put those in that giveaway. And then there's another owl bag, which I think I have an idea of where this is going, but I'm not sure yet. But there's another one, but this one was going to go to the podcast. And then I got to put that in today because I think they were going to film this week, and I'd like them to be able to show it off. Now I threw in a bow and oh, there, and a kitty. So my goal is when I send things out, and I'm sorry if I don't get you to, if I do send out to somebody and they don't get a kitty, it wasn't on purpose. It's just either I didn't have one and I just was antsy to get it out. But I'm trying to send out kitties to anything I send out, which I think I didn't put one in with the spindle bag I sent. So if you want a kitty, let me know. She did get her spindle bag. I sent it to Azella, who sent me the spindle, so I had to send her something. So, oh no, I sent her a TARDIS hair clip because she likes Doctor Who. So, but I didn't put a kitty in there. So here's another bag. These had cute little kitties on it. A little pink on the inside. And this bag is the one I'm keeping for myself. And I ran out of ribbon for the ties, so this is not quite finished. It's a mofo, mostly finished. So here's that one. So this one I'm keeping for me because when I bought this fabric, I was like, oh, I have to keep one for myself. And when I found out I could make two out of one square, as long as I had this accent piece, there was enough to cut out for two of the outside fabric. I knew I had to keep one of these for myself, so this one will be for me. I just need to get a ribbon. And then this was my kind of experimental sweater size, and to be honest, it's fine. It's fine, but it is, I should have made it wider and a little, like, fatter. But this is fine. It's big. It's just a big bag. It'll work, and it'll work just fine. It'll hold this sweater, probably. Sweater size project, or a large shawl. Just got some weird neon-y stripes on the inside. But I love this fabric. It was so cute, and this was like a clearance item at Joann's, so yeah, it's pretty roomy. So I think I would adjust my sizes first for what I would deem a sweater-sized bag, but I'm happy with it, and I'll use it once I cast on. I will eventually cast on a sweater again, so but this one's for me too. So don't worry, I'm not selling these yet or anything. Maybe in the near future. I'm still working on, I'm not a perfect sewer by any means, so I'm still learning on how to get things good and quality enough that I think would sell, I don't know, I'm kind of a tough critic, so I'm sure most of you be like, hey, these are great, but I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of people that sell bags, and I don't want to, I want them to be good. I want them to be worthy. So some other finished objects. I have a couple other kitties, and these I worked on the VCAN. I thought the VCAN video knit chat thing, whenever I pull out something a little more complex, I always screw it up. Stay tuned, you'll hear about that story. So I did some kitties, but then I did 3 of them, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to move on to something else. So I picked up my Paw Tracks socks, which I had done on another VCAN and screwed up I just kept screwing up. Just kept screwing up. And this sock has kind of been just a pain in the butt. So when I last saw you, I was here where that marker is. So I made it through most of the foot. During the VCAN, I did a little more, and then I realized I did too much. So I had to tear it out again, back a bit, because I would have had the same problem I had with my last socks, where I made the foot part too long and it didn't fit. So, and then I debated, went through ripping the whole thing out and just starting over, scratch. Just put it away, do something else, start over. Well, the next day I kind of situated it and got it where I wanted it, and I said, all right, I'm going to go for it. As I mentioned, we did a 2-hour drive to Grand Rapids, so 2 hours there, 2 hours back, so I had 4 hours of solid car knitting. So, I have a finished sock. And I finished it, I finished like this much at home. I like it, it's cute, but the problem I'm having is I'm hoping it blocks a little bit. Nice, because when I put it on my foot, these little paws in the middle kind of stretch out. I mean, it's not terrible, but, you know, they get a little stretchy. So maybe it'll block a little nicer when I block it. But it fits. It fits. Because it's, you know, it's a little snug, and that's what it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to stretch a little. So that's kind of the way it's supposed to fit. It's not supposed to be loose and baggy, but yeah, then it kind of stretches out these paw prints, so then I just feel like it looks kind of funky. But, and only in that middle part where the heel is. I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I forgot to get my phone's, I'm using my phone for the video, so I can't look, but I will give her, I'll have to give her a shout out next time. But someone commented, I just didn't write down her name. Someone commented when I was talking about socks and the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I tend to get a hole sometimes on the side, but if you see there, it's good. There's no hole. Both sides are good. So, and I had mentioned that on the, yeah, I mean, it looks great. Fish Lips Kiss heel is really, it's really genius. I really like this heel. I really like this heel. But anyways, she had mentioned try picking up a stitch and knitting it together with the ends when you get to that part where you join the front part in. So I did. So I just picked up a stitch as if like to make a stitch. And then knit them together at each side. And that worked. It's flawless. It looks great. I love it. Because, yeah, the other ones I had to kind of snug inside. I, like, ended up pulling the yarn, snugging it, and tying it in a knot. Or you could have sewed it up or whatever. But this worked flawless. I will do that every single time now. Because that looks great. You wouldn't be able to tell. So, that works. So, thank you to whoever commented on that. I'll flash your name right now. There it is. That's who commented. Thank you. And I think I responded to her comment at the time. I mean, it was a few episodes back. And said I would try that out. So I did. I tried it out, and it worked. So this is paw tracks. One sock down. So yeah, I did a lot in my car ride. So from here up. So pretty much... Oh no, okay, I did from the heel. I started on Saturday night. Saturday night I did from the stitch marker to the heel. And I finished the heel Saturday night and stopped there. Because I knew this would be the leg would be perfect to do on the car ride. So yeah, it does. It turned out pretty good. And I said one paw looked a little funny, but it's not noticeable which one it is. They look pretty good. So hopefully sock 2 will go a bit smoother. So that's the plan. So, and this, the weave in the ends, and and of course then, you know, to top it off, since this was the sock from Hill, pretty much, yeah, there was a knot in the yarn. So I got 2 extra ends to weave in the middle. I was like, yeah, it figures. That's just the way it's going. And this is a Serenity sock in hot pink. This is not hot pink. And I still got a bit left, so I'm wondering if I could make with this, and then I have a whole nother skein for the second sock. I might be able to make Emily a small pair of socks. I might even be able to make them out of this. This is huge. I don't know why there's so much. 50 grams. I mean, I don't recall having this much left when I made the other sock. And I made it a pretty tall, you know, it's not tall, but this is kind of how I gauge it. Well, yeah, okay, so I kind of try to make it so from the heel it's equal on both sides. So it's a touch less, you know. But, you know, it goes up my leg, past my ankle and everything. So it's a regular size sock. I get to test out my sock blockers. So we'll see how that goes. So that's my sock, and it's in my, and I made them on 1.5. Oh, here's some other details. I used US ones, double points. These are my nit picks. I've had pretty good luck with these. So these are the size 1, so the 2.25 millimeters. I cast on the pattern called, I think, for 64. And I ripped it out because it was too big, and I got 54. And I think I meant to have 56, but I ended up with 54. So I had to alter the pattern a bit. Basically, the pattern starts across so many stitches for the paws. So it says knit whatever first, and then do your pattern across it. So this section that's pre-knit before the set pattern starts, I just made smaller. So the pattern part was the same, and then so this side, if you were doing the 64-inch sock, this side would just be more stockinette. But I wrote notes on where I stopped to turn and how many pattern repeats I have so I can get the other sock to match, how many rows of ribbing. And I did, and since it was 54 inches, I had to do a 1x1 ribbing. So, which is fine, but usually I would do a 2x2. It's in my bag, one of my first bag I made. Some the chevron with the birdies and peace symbols in there. And this is the only bag I have that has an inside pocket, which, it's okay. I would have liked the pocket to be a little higher up, but it's a nice separator if you do 2 socks at a time or something. But I'm pretty content with the just open, wide open sack style, and this is what I was doing my cats. Cats in the cat bag, that makes sense. So yeah, those are my bags. So other finished objects. Done, of course, a bunch of spinning this week. So I have, this one's still a little wet. Probably should open it up. But my first one I did, this was, this ended up being 70 yards, which is not much, of course, so still kind of on the fence on what I'm doing with all these kind of little bits of stuff that I've been spinning, because these all have just been kind of samples and whatever that someone sent me. So this one, I love it though. It's real pretty. It's like this light green. It's got some sparkle in it and white. It's very... I'm gonna focus on there. I don't know. Anyways, so this was a I just plied. Was this on the spindle? Yes, this was on my spindle. So I did this all on the drop spindle. So this turned out pretty darn good for being on the drop spindle. Like pretty even. So I did the whole bat that I had on the spindle, and then I wound it into a ball and then plied it from the center pole and outside, which got a little tangly at some points until I kind of positioned it in a way between my legs so that it was not just making a big mess, because I had it on the floor and it was just kind of like, it would feed off the inside. One of the ends was feeding faster, probably off the outside. The outside was pulling faster than the inside, so it would like get all bunchy. So, but yeah, so it's pretty squishy and soft and pretty nice. And this one I'm very excited about. Is just, it's just bare right now. It's still a little damp, so I'm gonna unwind it here. But this turned out pretty good. It's pretty even. We got some slubby, thicker chunks in there, but not bad. Looks like a maybe a worsted. I'd say this is just a pretty standard worsted. Maybe into the bulky. And well, it's thinner and thick and thin here a little bit, but I haven't done an official wraps per inch, but I'm guessing it's going to be bulky, maybe, overall. But it's about, I have to count these again, but I think it's 120-ish yards. So I might actually be able to make something with this. Well, I will be able to make something with this. Now what, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can get a cowl out of it. That would be ideal. I'm going to dye it, but I want to find a pattern first to determine what color I want to dye it. Because if it's going to be a cowl, then I kind of want it to be in a color I like. Maybe I could do the black with the rainbow. I really like that for the giveaway item I did for Lisa. That was really pretty. So I could do that. Or I could do, ooh, there's so many things I could do. But I need to see what I'm going to make with it. If it's going to be that, then if it's going to be a cowl or if it's going to be something else, it's going to determine what colors. If it's going to be gloves, I don't know. But that was on the wheel, so I did 2, and this is 4 ounces, so I split my roving into 2-ounce chunks, filled up 2 bobbins, and then applied them on the wheel. And again, all the progress for that was on Instagram. So I'm pretty excited with that. That turned out, that looks like yarn. So does this. I mean, to be honest, that looks really good that was from the drop spindle, so I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. Oh, some other, I think that was all my finished objects. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm going to talk about this one again real fast. I know I showed this one off last week, but I'm going to put up, this was my Grimes shawl I was test knitting for Megan Zeverell on Ravelry. But I did a photo shoot this weekend. Took some pictures, had my husband, I set up the camera, told him what to do, and he took some pictures for me. So I'm going to throw up right now some pictures of the shawl that turned out really cute. So yeah, she's hoping to get that pattern live, I think, this week. So I will post the link when it's ready, and I will post the link to my project page today. And then when she has it up and running, it will be a paid for pattern. Of course, I test knit it for free, and I will get a copy of the pattern. So, I will post, but I'll post her information when everything's done for that. So that was all. I have some partially finished. I guess these are my works in progress. I'm working on another bag. I found another bag tutorial that I wanted to test out, and it's more of a purse style. So here's the handles. Here's what the handles I have. I'm gonna make 2, but it's made out of fat quarters again. So you know it's gonna have 2 smaller handles. Gotta stick in there on each side, and then the bag's gonna be kinda. So here's the piece I cut. Oh, that's the back side. There's a piece I cut out for it, so I think it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be like this big, kind of, like a rectangle, I think. I don't remember. I don't have the pattern with me at the moment, do I? Maybe I do. Bear with me. And I'll put a link. I don't know if I'll link up the tutorial quite yet. Until I'm done with it. Here we go. So yeah, it's going to be like a little purse style, but I'm going to try to put a magnetic closure in it so that it closes, because that would be good for keeping everything in there. So, but I got this fabric, which I'll talk about later with my stash enhancements. So there's the outside, and there's the inside. So I have enough, 1 fat quarter will make this is, okay, wait a second. Okay, so yeah, this essentially folds in half. So it's good. I think this will be the size of the bag. So yes, 1 fat quarter makes 2. Like, I thought I cut out enough for 2 bags. So I'm gonna make 2 bags. I'll keep 1 for myself and then probably give 1 away. I still have a few people on a list that I need to give bags to for giving me things. So, yeah, and then I did the straps because those need to be done first so they can be sewn into the interior and exterior fabric. So, these are just using scraps. But I like these. They're nice and sturdy. Sturdy straps. So yes, that was my work in progress. My other sock, which I haven't cast on yet, it's my other work in progress. And that's really it. I don't have a lot. I have nothing on the needles anymore, which is surprising. And my next goal is to really focus on getting something done with this hand spun. I really want to knit with it and see how it knits up, you know, so that's coming. And getting some more of these bags done. I'm really enjoying the bags. To be honest, I've always been more of a sewer over the summer, knitter over the winter, so I'm not really surprised that I'm just generally more attracted to doing some sewing right now as opposed to knitting. Not that I'm not going to knit, so of course I'm going to find some more things to knit, but I have so many odds and ends to get out of the way, so. Another, I guess I forgot this finished object in the DIY category. See, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because I don't have notes. I made myself a Lazy Kate using a Go-Go Squeeze applesauce box. So this works. This is what I use for the plying. So I load my bobbins in there and then just all comes from the box. So it works pretty well. I've had no issues. So that's working. I do have a Lazy Kate coming from the woman who sold me the wheel, but she's been out of town on like a road trip. So I'm waiting for her to get situated back home. And then I'll meet up with her. So, and she was going to give me a lesson, but I've kind of been figuring this out pretty well on my own, which is pretty exciting. And we follow each other on Instagram, so she's been seeing all my progress too. So I'm still excited to meet up with her again though and talk some spinning. So I forgot one thing that I'm going to go grab, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, so that was all my works in progress. So now we'll talk about some stash. So I went to Tuesday Morning, which is a kind of a home goods style discount store. I was on a VCAN on Tuesday with the Two Tangled Skeins podcast. Please check them out. They're a lot of fun. But anyways, a lot of podcasters that join up and talk too. So Amanda from Stitching You and More had said they sold fat quarters at Tuesday Morning. And they do. I've heard they do knitting needles and yarn and stuff. So, but as soon as I heard fat quarters, that's kind of been my like newest obsession. Kind of, I just love the little fabric samples. You know, those are fun. So I'm like, you know, there's a Tuesday Morning that's not in my general direction of any way. Like I don't ever go that way. But it's like 20 minutes, so it's not far. But it's like I have to actually go out of the way and like plan to go. It's not like I can just stop in. So I'm like, you know what? And that was a Tuesday night. So Wednesday I took my kids to school. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Tuesday Morning. So I found I bought a couple fat quarter packets. And yeah, they were only like $4 for like 5 per bundle. Some of them were more. They did have some really nice ones that I really liked, but they were like $9 for like 5 ones. But you know, I was like trying to just stay on the down low here. And I got, okay. So I picked up a couple fat quarters. So this was, and those 2 from the bag were part of the set. So here was one. So this one's really cool. It's like a crochet or cross stitched patterns, like needle point. So I was gonna make some bags, of course. So we got some good like interior. These are good kind of interiors, and then like those would be exteriors. And then this one was really pretty. It was another kind of a just it's got numbers and letters on it. I don't know. Looks kind of cool. And then so I think that was one set. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I want to say that 6 came in a set. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe in the other set. But this was the other set. So just kind of pretty flowers. And yeah, so here we have the brown swirly paisleys. So here's the white swirly paisleys. And then some bright orange. So that was, yeah, so that was that. And then I bought, so I thought those would be perfect for bags. And then I bought a spool of ribbon. Just black and white, and I used it for my sweater bag. Drawstring. I thought that matched perfectly. I was actually looking for a lighter color that would work with the one that's missing string, but saw this one and like black and white, yeah, find something for that. And yeah, came home like, hey, that will match that one perfect. So got some of that used for drawstrings, and then that was all I bought. But I got a package. Sue from, again, Two Tangled Skeins. And she is the Tangled Skein CA. She sells bags. If you look at our summer craft along thread, she's got a lot of bags posted in there. So she's got an Etsy store. I'll put all the links on there. But she sent me, we were on one of her episodes, she had gotten these stitch markers from somebody. They were doing, like, they did a swap or something. And I saw them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have those. Those are adorable. Well, like, you know, a week later, she's like, were you the one who said you liked the kitty cat markers, right? I said, yes. And she's like, I'm going to send them to you. So she sent me these. She doesn't like them because they jingle. And which I understand, she's got cats, and just then it sounds like you're knitting on a cat toy. So, but they're little, turn it the right way, here we go. Like the little Chinese good luck cats, which I adore. I've always adored the good luck cat things, and they got little bells in it, so a set of 3 of those. So I'm going to put that on my next sock, which paw track sock with kitty cat on there. That would be perfect. So it's going to be my next stitch marker for my cat socks. So I can annoy my husband while I'm knitting in bed. He'll love that. In addition, she sent me some, she also makes just traditional stitch markers. So here's just a big old set, which I need these badly. So there's some pretty orange and yellow. Here's her information, but I'll put that in the show notes. But there she is, a Canadian thank you. She's from Canada. It's cute. And she sent me a set to give away. I'm just actually, yeah, I think these are the ones I'm going to give away. They're both really pretty. I want to keep them all, but these ones are kind of blue and purple. No, these ones would match my hair, but so I'm going to have another giveaway coming up. Let me clean this up. So I'm going to take a, I guess I'm going to divert again for a minute to talk about a new giveaway. I don't have anything set up quite yet, but I'm at over 100 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you. And I am like 91 or 92 or something. I think maybe it was 93 this morning. Follower or members in our Ravelry group. So I'm thinking as soon as we get 100 members in the Ravelry group, which hopefully will be soon, I will put together another giveaway. I don't know, maybe I have to set up, maybe it'll be a question on the Ravelry thread that you have to come in and answer. I don't know yet. Or maybe, I don't know if I should, I'm not really sure exactly. I'll have to look into it. But I'm going to do a giveaway. We'll have the stitch markers to give away that I just showed you. I'll put a bag in there, either one of my new style bags or another drawstring bag. And then I also had this yarn from Angela that she had sent me all this fabric I talked about a while ago. And like I said, I didn't plan this episode out, so everything's just all over the place. And my craft area is getting a little messy, so. Oh, you know, this would really work out nice, actually. So if I did, and this is subject to change, I gotta sit and think about it first, but if I did maybe I think this is 50 grams each in this. Yeah, so maybe 2 skeins for enough for a pair of socks of this fashion toes, which might look nice with those stitch markers. They'd kind of match. And then if I came up with a nice greenish bluish, but I could do this one too, but I only have these 2 skeins. See, this one I have 4 of, so I could keep 2 and give 2 away. I also have 4 of these, and this is like my favorite color, so I might want to keep all of those. I don't know. But these ones are pretty too, but there's only the 2, so I'll probably go with these. Because then I have 2 and then I can give away 2. But this would be good for a pair of socks, and then I put in the stitch markers and a bag, and that would be a great little sock kit. Maybe I could get some needles somewhere. Maybe if anyone has any needles, sock size needles they would like to donate, let me know. Put together a nice package. Nice sock package or shawl package, whatever. Gotta clean this mess. But anyway, so that's going to be my 100 100 member giveaway, really. So 100 members on YouTube, 100 members on Ravelry group. I think that would be a fun thing, and that's a pretty fun giveaway. So a yarn bag and stitch markers, just like the craft along one. That's gonna be great. So stay tuned for that. And if you're not a member of the Ravelry group, come join in. Let's get that number up to 100 so that we can kick off our giveaway. And what else? Oh, here's another thing I bought. It's not crafting related, but it's funny. So my daughter used to really be into Cars, like the movie, Disney Cars. She used to like cars in general anyways, but we have a collection of like all the cars, pretty much almost every single car. We could almost recreate the movie with our little model cars. But so yesterday, and so it's just habit. Anytime we go to Meijer or Target or any store, we always are like, let's look at the cars. We always kind of glance to see who's in there. And it's always, since the movie hasn't been out in a long time, it's kind of been just in a weird, you know, just weird off characters. Well, I found one yesterday or whatever, what was it, Saturday? And very random car. It is one of the, like, the reporter cars. Get in there. And these are new, available 2015. But anyways, so this was a new set. But tipped off to Lightning McQueen's location, the media descended upon Radiator Springs to find the missing racer. So like toward the end of the movie, all these were like media cars come in and to report they found Lightning. Well, this one's name is Andrea. So I had to get it. My husband's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I mean, my name's not uncommon at all, but it's rare that I find things that have my name on it besides, you know, keychains and whatever. So I'm like, I gotta get the Andrea car. And of course my kids want to play with it, but look at that. She's got like a big boom mic hanging out there, so they're certainly gonna break that off. So this is my car. This is staying in my room. So there's my car. Speaking of my car is still not ready. My real car. It's still in the shop. Gonna be there probably till, he said just plan on Wednesday. Their estimated completion date was July 15th, which was 28 days, which was absolutely ridiculous because, I mean, really, that is a long time to have your car in the shop. I'm paying about $20 a day for a rental, so that's just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching every day. So, yeah. So, the end is near, so we'll hopefully be getting my car in the next couple days. It should be, I don't think it's not going to be past Wednesday. I'm really pretty confident it's not going to be past Wednesday, but hopefully it'll be tomorrow. It's not going to be today. Apparently it's going to be assembled today because it was in the paint shop Friday. Like the pieces were in paint. So now it'll be assembled today. And will take a day, apparently, at least a day. So it might be tomorrow. Probably be Wednesday. He said just plan on Wednesday. So great. So I had a mini meltdown on Friday because I got an urgent care bill for my thumb that I had incidents that was more than I'd like, because it didn't count towards just an urgent care visit. It counted towards our deductible. So I had to pay that, and then that was with the rental car, and then the car, and yeah, no fun. Adulting is not fun. Right, Amanda? So, anyways, that was that. Another side note, crafty sewing related. My son is very destructive, and we were driving home from Grand Rapids yesterday, and he freaked out because his little monkey, he pulled the ear off. He was trying to pull the tag off. So there's a little red tag thing, and he pulled the whole ear off. So some emergency animal surgery needs to happen here, as well as my buddy Figment, who I repaired he has this weird like foam tube in here that like keeps his neck sturdy. Well, it slid down, so all of a sudden his neck was like, yeah, so I had to do a little brain surgery, open up his head, pull up the thing. I threw more stuffing in there, and I did this like a month or two ago. Just never sewed up his head because honestly, this is going to be a pain in the butt. So this week is animal surgery week, so I gotta sew up his head and I gotta sew Congo's ear back on. So that is my sewing works in progress. So I got some bags to make, I got some sewing to do, and I got to figure out what to do with my hand spun. I got the big amount that I'm going to find a project in Ravelry for, and I got all these just little tidbits that I'm going to do something with. These ones I don't think I was going to do anything. I think I put them all downstairs. The ones that I'm actually going to knit something out of, I think I put downstairs. So there you have it. That's it. I think I'm at like almost 45 minutes, so that's not too shabby. I gotta get the heck out of here. I gotta stop at the post office and go get my kids. So thanks for joining me. Sorry if I was... Oh, let me talk about one thing. I told you last week I was done with my purple hair, and it looked really white and faded. Well, I had enough in my bottle of Panic for one more go. And since I was seeing my grandma, she hadn't seen it, so I'm like, I want to do it one more time. And Emily's school teacher was like, oh, she was so sad that I was going to dye it back brown. So Friday, I did it one more time. It's already fading a little, but it's not bad. I added vinegar this time. After I rinsed out all the dye, I did a vinegar rinse, because if you dye yarn, you'll know that to set the dye in the yarn, you have to use an acid. So it's either citric acid or vinegar. Well, when I dye my yarn with food coloring, I use vinegar, because, you know, food coloring and vinegar, whatever. So I tried it, and I did rinse out my hair once this weekend. I didn't wash it, but I did took a shower and just rinsed it. And like I said, it's still faded a little since Friday, but it's held up better. But again, I haven't like washed it, so as soon as I wash it, it's probably just gonna come out. So, which I'm gonna have to wash it soon. It's been since Friday, so. And I did another vinegar rinse after I rinsed it on Saturday, so I don't want to over vinegar it either, so no more vinegar anyways. But I googled it first, and people have tried it and said it works, so it's not like I just did it. But this is it. I'm out of dye. The bottle's gone. It's in the garbage, so I'm not going to buy another one. I have a box of brown dye, so once it starts getting weird and odd again, I will put it back brown, so I could change my mind again. I don't know. I like it. I like these fun colors. I'd like to try something else. But I think my hair needs a break, so I think maybe just once every summer I do something fun, you know, so I'll let my hair I'll get the brown dye on it, I'll let it chill, and maybe next summer I can do something else fun, because it's like, I can't just keep bleaching my hair, you know, and what else am I going to do with the purple? It's got to grow out. I'm not going to bleach it again, because I feel like that's going to really kill my hair. So that is your crazy purple hair update. So stay tuned. We'll see what we look like next week. I have no more dye, so no more dye is going into this hair unless it's brown. So, and eventually I'm going to need another haircut. I feel like it's growing pretty fast. I mean, I had my haircut in June. It's only been a month. So might need to go get a trim. I have to email her and see how much she'd charge just to trim it up a bit. So there you have it. I think that's everything. Usually, well, I want to say usually I'm not this all over the place, but I probably am. So if you like what you see, thanks again for watching, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, join our Ravelry group, join our Facebook page, follow me on Instagram. Come follow my antics. It's, I am who I am. It's just me. So, you know, I'm happy to share all my silly adventures with you. So, everyone have a great week. Hope you guys get some things done. Hope you're enjoying the weather, whatever it may be, where you're from. And I will see you next time. See ya. Hey guys, I just finished videoing the main show, but I checked my Ravelry messages and wanted to let everyone know that the Grimes shawl is now up on Megan's Ravelry store, and I will link it in the show notes, and I'll put a link in the Ravelry group too, but she's offering it for 50% off right now until July 15th. No code, just go to her store and it'll automatically discount at checkout. So it comes out to $2. It's originally a $4 pattern, so she's giving everyone a discount, 50% off for the couple days. So yeah, if you like that shawl and you want to check it out, feel free to purchase it. But she's also giving one to us as a gift. So I have to figure out what I want to do. If I'm going to put it in the 100-member giveaway or if I want to do a separate kind of drawing for the shawl pattern. But one of my group members will get the Grimes shawl pattern for free. So maybe I'll just do a separate thread for that. And anyone who's interested in that pattern and would like to potentially win that pattern, because I mean, I guess I don't really want to throw it in a package. Oh, sorry, the fly just flew by my ear. Anyways, perhaps I will put up a thread with the giveaway, and if anyone is interested in the Grimes shawl, you can post there. I'll keep it open for, maybe I'll keep it open, well, a week or two. I have to decide how long to keep it open for. I want to get a decent amount of entries, ideally, so maybe if keep it up for a couple weeks, and yeah, if you're interested in getting a free pattern from Megan, then get a comment on the thread. Just comment, maybe show me what kind of yarn you would use, or just tell me you like it. I don't know. Yes, I want it. Just one comment per person on that thread, and we'll do a little mini giveaway. So just want to update you with that, since I didn't want to wait an entire week to talk about it, since I was just talking about it today, and it's up. She's got it up and running today. So that's all I got. I have got to go. See ya.